Yo, what's good guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, aka Risky, and today I have another beat tutorial for you guys. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make ambient melodic type beats for Don Toliver and Travis Scott in FL Studio. I love listening to these types of beats. Like every time I hear them, like I'm honestly just impressed by them. Like the production on these beats is always just so crazy. So I thought I would try to make one of these types of beats today and hopefully teach you guys how to make them too. So before we get started, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So to start, you can see that I already have like the main melody laid out, like and arranged. So let's just go into it step by step and I'll show you guys what I did. Alright, so to start off, I have this melody that I made with the Irish harp from Contact, which is a free bank for Contact, so I'll try to link it in the description for you guys. And we're in the scale of E minor at 120 BPM. And I just started off making this little like melody chord progression, and then I just pitched it up 5 semitones to A. And then I just swap the order that it plays in, so it goes 5-1 instead of 1-5. But this is what this sounds like. So it's got like an ambient, almost ethnic sounding vibe that you hear in a lot of like Don Toliver and Travis Scott's collabs that have like guitars in them. So what I did for effects on it is I actually created this Trav X Don guitar preset when I was making a beat yesterday. So I just dragged that on. But what this preset chain is it's Halftime, RC20, Guitar Rig 6, and Valhalla Supermassive. So what I did is I went to Halftime and I went 2 times 1/2 and I just left it exactly like that. Then I went to RC20 and I went to a Vinyl 1 preset and I just turned the noise down all the way because I find the vinyl noise just like it peeks through the mix sometimes when you export it. Like even if you can't hear it while you're making the beat, like you'll export it and then all you'll hear is vinyl. So I just turned the vinyl all the way off. I went to Guitar Rig 6 and I just added a reduced voice preset. And then I went to Valhalla Supermassive and add the Circus Minor Plate preset. Here's what the harp sounds like without the presets, and then I'll put the presets back on so you can hear the difference. So it sounds good without any like effects on it, but I just want to put effects on it to make it sound like more vintage. So here's what it sounds like again with the effects on. So next thing I did is I went into Loner's Sample Supply Analog Lab Bank and I grabbed the, I grabbed the Party's Profit preset. And I just made this chord progression using like notes from the melody. So let's go into E minor scale highlighting just so you guys can see. So what this is I started out with the A and then I went up to the E, which would be the 5th for this chord. And then I went back to the A and then I had like a C. Basically this was just like a normal triad like that. And then I doubled the A up an octave and I added a B just because like it'll add a lot of tension and make it sound more dark. So that's basically what I did. Let me pitch those back down. And then I just added, you know, an extra note here and there just to add some extra bounce and movement to it. And then I did the exact same thing over here. Like I just pitched it down 5 semitones. So this is the exact same as that. And here's what it sounds like. So it's very ambient, kind of melodic, perfect for the vibe that we're going for with this beat. And then for effects, I did a lot of the same stuff. I did an RC20, Vinyl 1 preset. I did an EQ cutting out the lows and the highs. I went to Portal and added an Ambient Lake preset, set to about 25%. I went to Valhalla Supermassive and grabbed a Cirrus Minor Plate preset. And then I went to EQ again, just cut out some more of the lows and the highs. Next thing I did is I grabbed a sub bass from Loner's Sample Supply Pack again. And I just laid down some notes on the root notes of the chord progression. And then I add these G's to help like transition between the notes. And this is what it sounds like. Then I went back into Loner's Sample Supply Analog Lab Bank, which, by the way, if you can't tell, all of the sounds from Analog Lab came from Loner's Sample Supply Pack. So I'll leave a link in the description if you guys want to check it out and support them. So then I copied the same chord progression from the pad onto a bell, and I just added some extra notes to help the bounce. Nothing too crazy, but this is what it sounds like. Then I grabbed this like arpeggiator texture from Loner Sample Supply Bank, and I just laid it down on these 2 notes. And then I went to Contact, which I'll show you guys what I did for this. So I went to the 25 bank for Contact, and I pulled up the It's a Mystery preset. Now normally, if you have this preset, this is what it sounds like. The preset's actually like an arpeggiator, but what you can do is you can turn off the sequencer, and then it just turns it into a 1-shot. So that's all I did, and then I just made this little like melody with that flute. So as you can hear, I've definitely put some effects on it. I put an RC20 Vinyl 1, the exact same preset I put on the other instruments. I added a halftime, 2 times mode, 1/2 loop. And then I just added a small and wide preset from Valhalla Supermassive. So that's it for like the actual melodies that I played. And then what I did is I went into the accent and textures folder in Loner Sample Supply Bank, and I just pulled out some sounds to help spice up the melody a bit. So the first thing I pulled up was this psych rock texture from this Loner Sample Supply Bank, and I just thought it fit the vibe and add some extra texture and bounce to the beat. So this is what it sounds like. And then I found this sci-fi 1-shot, which I thought sounded pretty cool, so I added that. And then I found this distribution like accent 1-shot that I thought suited the sci-fi one, so I added it as well. And here's what all the accents sound like together. And when you put all the textures and accents together with the melody, this is what it sounds like. So that's it for the sample. I thought it fit the vibe. I thought I could hear Don Toliver, Travis Scott on it, so I was happy with how it turned out. Now let's get started on the drums. Let's just create a pattern where the hook is going to be, and let's start making some drums. Change the hi-hat sound. So I kind of feel like I want like 2 different 808s on this. Like maybe like this plastic Zay if it's tuned to C. For some reason, like I find a lot of the Zay 808s are not tuned to C, so I never use them because I'm a super lazy producer. So. Well, let's just get rid of the CTM and let's just use this one. That's gonna sound a lot better. Ooh. Trust the process. This is sounding stupid right now, but... Alright guys, I think the drums are done. I like how they're sounding right now, but I just want to assign them to some mixer channels and do some leveling, and I'll come back and show you guys how the full beat sounds. Alright guys, I finished up the drums. I did a little bit of arranging, a little bit of leveling to them, but I'll show you guys what I did. So I assigned them all to mixer channels, and I took everything except for the 808 and I assigned it to this channel here, and I just put a compressor on it for the drums. I've been doing that on a lot of my beats lately just to make the drums hit a little bit harder and cleaner. And then for the 808, I just put a soft clipper on it, make it a little bit more punchy. And then I just did a little bit of panning left and right for some of the sounds, nothing too crazy, which let's pan these claps just a little bit. Yeah, and then for arrangement, I put a halftime automation on the master that fades down for the intro. And then I did like all the drums for the hook. And then for the verses, I did just the normal 2-step hi-hat and the rim, the kick and the open hat. And then I brought in the hi-hat rolls and the 808 for the second half of the verse. Then it comes into the bridge where I added another halftime automation clip, and then it just comes right back into the hook. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I had a lot of fun making this beat, and I honestly think I'm gonna make more beats like this like moving forward, because this is a sound that I really like. You'll probably see more videos like this coming to the channel soon. So again, if you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back next time with a new video for you guys. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you next time.